Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Standpoint. A few days ago, we saw the president presenting the party's flag to the gubernatorial candidates of Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi. Now, the candidate of Kogi State is Usman Ododo. There have been a lot of people are wondering because it's the only state where the governor is not running for a second term. And people are wondering how will the APC do because the governor, again, is not running. This is a fresh, almost like conducting a fresh election. Will the APC be able to win this election? Or are we going to see a surprise in Kogi State? But let's speak now to the Commissioner for Information, Kogi State, Kingsley Fanwo. Good to have you join us. Mr. Fanwo, how prepared is your party for this election?
Thank you so much. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Let me first the objectivities of the campaign, and I want to thank viewers around the world. And everyone watching us right now. And any other person, I am paid in my local government right now to be with you. So we are working harder than the opposition because we know the need for consolidation and continuity, and we are not taking anything for granted.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Standpoint. We're back in Kogi State now, where we are looking at the just preparations towards the November the 11th governorship election there. We're speaking with the Commissioner for Information in that state, Kingsley Fanwo. He's talking about, he's here to talk about how well prepared his party is and the chances of their candidate. But let's just state that he's on the road as they continue to campaign, and the network around him might be a bit poor. But we'll just do our best with what we have. Mr. Fanwo, you were speaking earlier to the preparation of your party for this election. But I also wanted to ask you, because I know that you are the governing party, but we've seen governing parties being unseated in this country before. So what are the chances of your candidate? How do you think he will perform?
Thank you very much. We are very confident that our candidate, Usman Ododo, is going to win a landslide because it is going to be a referendum on the performance of our party in the last 7.5 years. And the people of Kogi State are very comfortable with the achievements of the administration of Alhaji Yahaya Bello. Now we have a candidate who was a part of that system, who was a part of that success story, who is competent, who has the capability and the capacity, and who is ready to move the state forward. And that is why his slogan has been about consolidation and continuity of the laudable achievement of the present administration in the state. So we are very, very confident that as we have been winning elections since 2015, we are going to win again a landslide in 2023.
But the candidates of the SDP, Ajaka, and the candidate of the PDP, Dino Milai, have both described themselves as more popular than your candidate, that he is not going to win this election because he has no popularity. How do you react to that?
I don't know their own definition of popularity. You know, people have different definitions of popularity. For instance, if your school sat is in contention, you could be very popular because people will now talk about it and say, "Oh, is it that he didn't go to that secondary school or he went there?" Then, if you have been very dramatic, maybe in your political opportunities you've had in the past, definitely you'll be very popular because people will see you as more of a comedian and all of that. So I don't know how they are rating their popularity when it comes to serious issues of statecraft, of governance, of financial engineering, of development, of trying to take the state. I think the opponents know that they cannot stand in that. He has been in the executive arm of government by being the Auditor General for local government area. He has been part of the financial team of the administration that has done so well for the state. So he understands the ropes. They don't understand it. And he's the most prepared out of the most of those candidates that are contesting. As you are aware, one of them was asked about the internal generated revenue of the state. They don't even know what the state is generating. So someone who does not even have information about the state, how do you want the person to be able to come and improve on the development of the state? So they don't They don't have knowledge. They are not ready. They just want to be called executive governor. It goes beyond that. There is a standard already in Kogi State. UIB has set a standard that anyone coming will have to, raise up and buckle up and ensure that he's able to take the state further. We have seen schools that we have never seen in the history of the state. We have seen, so to come in, you must be ready, you must be prepared, you must be able to fit in into that setting to be able to take the state forward. The people of Kogi State are sophisticated. They understand what they want. They know what they want. They know that they need someone who will be able to take further this achievement that we are witnessing under the present administration in the state. So when they talk about popularity, I don't know what they understand by that. The most popular, the most prepared, the most competent, the most capable, the person that is most ready for the job is Ahmed Usman.
You talk about how ready he is and how prepared he is, but what track record does it have that has led to that or enabled that preparation?
The track record he has is that he has been tested at the executive arm of government by being the Auditor General for local government area. He has been part of the financial engineering that has been able to raise the state to the level it is today. When people were talking about COVID-19, our finance team, which comprises of the Commissioner of Finance, the Auditor General, the Accountant General, they were able to release billions of naira to build hospitals that are the best in the history of the country today, because we have facilities in those hospitals that are debuting for the first time in the history of Africa. So when you talk about people like that, they are the people that are ready. When you talk about the audit law for local government, he has been the person who has been able to come, dust it up, and implement it. And before, the advent of the present administration, that was not experienced. So we are talking of people who have been in the executive arm of government, who understand statecraft, who understands what the state has, who understands the challenges of the state, and who understands how to take the state forward. These people have never served in those capacities before.
How do you also react to some of your opponents also saying, look, it will seem as though they are running against the governor and not your governorship candidate, that the gubernatorial candidate has been eclipsed by the personality of the governor, and that the governor seems to be taking, I'm just going to use the word in quote, the shine of your candidate in this particular electoral process? How do you respond to that?
That shows you the fear factor, and that shows you they are jittery. They are running against the system. They are running against the party. It's not just about Ahmed Usman Ododo. They are running against the All Progressives Congress in the state. That party has been in power since 2016. That party has done so much for the people of the state. That party has continued to win election after election since 2015. So they know it is not just about Ahmed Usman Ododo. Yes, he's the person on the ballot. He's the identity that we want to enunciate as a great leader. This is the person who will take the state forward. Yes, that is true. But all of us are involved. It is a test. It is a referendum on the system that all of us have worked on. I just told you, I excused myself from a rally at 6 Orokere in Mopamo local government area. I'm in my vehicle now just to be able to speak with you and give you updates. So everyone in the system is involved in it. So they should not just be talking about the governor. We are involved. The governor is involved. Everybody in the system, everybody in the party, from the national to the state to the local government to the world to the unit level, we are the people that are going into this contest. So I don't know why they are jittery. When we talk about structure, they say structure doesn't matter. SDP does not have anybody in my polling unit, for instance. They don't have people in my local government. They just have people who do some kind of political permutations and run after them to get what they want. But there is no structure anywhere. They don't have a single councillor. APC has all the councillors in all the wards in the state. And they have all the chairmen. They have 22 out of 25 House of Assembly, 6 out of 9 House of Reps, 2 out of 3 senators. They have the governor of the state, and they have the presidency. So when you talk about this, you are talking about a structure that is formidable enough to win election. And we are not just banking on that. We are campaigning hard. I've gone through about 5 wards in my local government today with a team, including the director general of the campaign and all of that. So you can see that we are campaigning hard. We are talking to our people. We are reminding them. And the good news, again, is that just yesterday, the governor has released 500 million naira to be able to pay for all WAEC fees in the state. So it means if your child is registering for WAEC this year, you don't have to pay a dime. And, it is a policy that has come to stay in the state. When it was announced some few months ago, some naysayers were saying, oh, it's not going to start, it's not going. But now, what some of them were using to hoodwink our people has been cut off using very robust administrative platform to be able to launch this. And that is where we're going. So it is not just about the governor, it's about the system. We all belong to that system.
And there is no problem with the governor campaigning for him. But how well is he at the forefront of his own campaign, and how well do the people know him?
Of course, he's at the forefront of his campaign. Immediately he secured his ticket. He went around of the party you belong to and the party you belong to. It will be whether you are in APC. And that's why you have seen many of those leaders of those opposition parties moving into the party. Former senators, a former deputy governor, architect Yomi Awoniyi, was the one that led our campaign in our local government yesterday. They've all jettisoned PDP, SDP, ADC. They've come to APC because they know that that's the party that can actually take the state forward. So he has been at the forefront. He has been leading his own campaign. So, you know, when people say that, yes, the governor is the leader of the party in the state, so you will see him at the forefront too. But the candidate has been the one passing his own message of consolidation, of continuity, of development, of hope for our people in the state.
We understand that, and this is the general concern of some people in your state, we understand that government is a continuum, and if your candidate wins, he definitely will continue with some of the policies of the current governor. But how well will he be independent, and which is a concern? Some are saying, look, he might just be the poster boy for the governor. How well will he be independent of the governor? And then also speak to us about his own personal development agenda for the state.
Those raising those concerns, you know, we cannot blame them for raising those concerns because maybe they don't even know the personality of Alhaji Yahaya Bello. I am the Commissioner for Information and Communications, and I run my ministry. It does not interfere in anything I do in my ministry, whether it has to do with projects, programs. It does not interfere. What he wants is delivery. He has set his own agenda, and he has given you, you know, some of the things that you need to meet up with. So it is left for you to go and devise your own ways that are in line with the administrative practices and procedures of government to be able to achieve that. If you could give a commissioner free hand to run his ministry, why are you now saying you will not give a governor free hand to run the state? The concern of Alhaji Yahaya Bello is the development of the state. And that is why the person that is coming now will be able to consolidate and continue on the program, on the project, on the development that he has brought. So not giving him free hand, I don't subscribe to that. He is going to give him the free hand to run the state.
And I also asked that you should speak to us about his own development agenda for Kogi State. Which
of them? Are you talking about the governor
your candidate?
Or our candidate, yes. You know, it's built on the thematic areas that the present administration is using because it was part of the people that came up with the 5 thematic areas of the present administration in the state with concentration on education, on healthcare delivery, on agriculture, on youth and women empowerment and inclusion, and on industrialization. These are the key things that the administration of Ahmed Usman Ododo will be taking forward. It is not a dramatic departure from what we are witnessing right now under the administration of Alhaji Yahaya Bello. It is going to consolidate, it is going to deepen it, it is going to widen it, it is going to give more people access to be able to have access to some of these facilities. For instance, when you look at the Blue Roof Revolution of the GYB administration that brought the Blue Roof primary school, model primary schools to all of the wards in the state, then you would see that we were graduating to getting model schools in secondary school. The ones that we have in Lokoja, Okebukun, and many of the other communities around, we want to develop, we want to move, we want to have it in all of the local government areas in the state. So it will take the incoming administration to be able to expand that so that more and more people will be able to benefit from that. The model health centers that are some of the best in the country, like I've been saying, like the one in Kennedy Reference Hospital with the hyperbaric chambers, that is the only one in the entire Africa. Then you see, we want to expand that. We already have some of those facilities also, some of those hospitals, not at that tertiary scale also, but we have them across the state, at Gegu, at Solu, and some other part. We want to expand so that every local government will be able to have. So it is more about consolidation and continuity. New ideas will be injected because we're having a new person coming in, but it's not going to be a dramatic difference from the past. We already have a framework to work with, and he was part of the people that built that framework. So he's not going to jettison the framework that has worked so well for the state.
All right, so let's talk about this, just as we begin to wind down this conversation. Again, the SDP candidate has accused you of perpetrating violence in the state, and has said that, look, and that's the APC, accusing the APC, and has said that, look, they are worried about the implication that this could have on the conduct of the election. I want you to speak to that, and then how committed are you to a free and fair election in Kogi State? Can the residents of Kogi State trust you?
I remember when I was younger, I was going to the farm, and it was a contest of who will cultivate more hips between me and someone. And, I knew the person was stronger than me. So I started giving excuses before we got to the farm. That's what you are experiencing in Kogi State. Muri Ajaka and the opposition people, they are jittery. They know they've lost this election. They don't have the structure. They don't have the pedigree. They don't have the capacity. They don't have the personnel to be able to win the election. So they are already giving excuses. Muri Ajaka went to Okene and worshipped in a mosque in Okene and interacted freely with the people of Okene. Okene is where the governor comes from. Nobody attacked him there. Dino Melaye went to Okene to hold a rally, and people came out to listen to what he would say to them. Nobody attacked them. But, because they know that the next election is already won and lost, they are trying to make issues to wipe up sentiments and to also cover up for some of the lies and misrepresentation that they have put out there. And that's why they are saying that somebody is perpetrating violence. Muri Ajaka went to Kotonkarofi, and in the wake of it, a member of the APC, whose only sin was wearing a cap bearing the insignia of APC. That was the only sin she committed, and she was gunned down by Muri Ajaka's talks. And today, the same person is talking about somebody waging violence. There is no violence. We've had campaigns since yesterday, my local government. We covered 6 wards yesterday. We've covered more today. And there is no violence anywhere. We are campaigning freely. We are talking to the people. It is about the ballot and not the bullets. And our party, we are confident. We won in 2015. We won in 2019. We won the governorship election in 2019. We won the general election in 2023. We are going to win the general election again in 2020. So why are we going to wage violence? Why will the stronger party, the strongest party, the party that has been winning elections, why will that party be waging violence? The mushroom parties that know they are going nowhere are the ones that are already making excuses for their loss next weekend. And by next weekend, I hope to be on this program again so that we start the celebration in earnest. Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Always a pleasure. Commissioner for Information, Kogi State, Kingsley Fanwo. The election is just less than 7 days. We'll see how things play out. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much for having me.
You've been watching Standpoint. Remember, you can watch a repeat broadcast at 11 p.m. tonight and 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. I am Precious Amayo. Thanks for watching.